Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'll just basically run through a project that I've been working on for the longest time, and I just think it's pretty cool to just talk about. So basically what it does is it combines quite a lot of features into one application and just sort of have it as permission based access. Example, we have means of one to basically viewing their files, blah blah blah. That's just one of the stuff that I on the application. There's also a bit of map data as well, if maybe just to basically allows sync data as well, report as well, the generic stuff, what's happening. Yeah, that's not basically this as well. And also a bit of of AI touch to say, oh, what is happening here? I'm not going to fix that. Then this should also just give you a bit of an AI touch, which is to include it. So based on the table, blah 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 blah, gives you that data as well. And also other things which are possible on the application is stuff. For example, let me see something that I was recently just adding now. Let's say if one wants to submit their leave days as well, let me show you how this basically allows stuff like this as well. Seeing I'm applying for myself as well, basically does this and allows all this nice stuff. And what I like about this, as much as I'm showing this, I just sort of like how it basically builds the pages based on the data. So if I may show you, for example, let's go ahead, let's go around this. Let me show you an example of how to add a new, let's just say adding a new feature to the application. Let me just remove the stuff that I have here. Might need to bring them back for some reasons. And then I'm just gonna remove all this here and try to make the application completely new. Update with little to no permissions. Then this should sort of give me this, but for starters I'm just going to add one to just make it look better, because this is way ugly if it doesn't have those permissions. So I'm just going to add those here. Now we have this is fine. Then let's just try to add a new service to the application. So basically what I am going to need to do is I would have to open the application here. Okay, then let me just do this. As I'm saying, I'm just going to close every single thing which is not necessary and just leave it with. Then let's just say, as I was saying, we're basically going to try to add a new page to our application. So this, the first step with this application, how you would literally get to add a new page, a basic page, is you just go to this, then you would basically go to this. Then let's just say I'm adding a new field here, and I'll call it what? YouTube video plan. YouTube video plan, then TypeScript. Then what I need to do here, let me just zoom in. I would say export const YouTube video plan fields. Then with this, just put in that basically. Now I would have the title, description, date, custom. I don't think we'll need this. A project as well, maybe we need that. Then export. Then I would say basically these would be the fields that we have for this. And with just this, I think we are literally we are 90% done with what we have to do. What we just need to do now is basically to go to the index of this and just expose it to the application in a way. So it has a lot of things already, but just exposing this, let's say I'll just have to import it, just like to import it actually in this manner to keep things formal. Import XS YouTube video planner fields, video plan from YouTube this. And then now what I just have to do here is I just have to expose all those, and this should basically do that. Then now if I go back to my application, and basically just say save this YouTube video plan. I'm not even sure if this is the right way, but if this is the right thing, it should basically just give me that table. So I have this now saying new. What I will see is not what I want to see. So I'm just gonna go back here and say YouTube video plan. Take exactly what I have here because it's also case sensitive. YouTube video plan, and saying new as well. This will sort of just give me all the fields I added. So if I add a new field right now and just say, go back to my YouTube video plan and say I'm adding what, co-star. Let me say submission date, basically. Submission date. You'd see the cool thing that will happen immediately with this. When it picks up that we have the text date, it basically just says, oh, this has to be a date field as well. So it will add up, it will sort of add this, allows me to basically say this, then this as well. Then this was the initial date I have, and say make a video about flow ops. Then let's say description and there's no file. I'm not going to put anything yet, but it does work as well. So saving this as well will sort of just add that data now. So now if I go back to my table, this refresh, you would see now I have what, the data as well, which is a title, this and this, and these are all the properties I added. So if I also feel like, nope, I probably need this data, the submission date on the thing, on the submission date on the title, on the table, you just sort of just come here and do that as well. And this sort of adds that as well. It will add it as well. So now if I come here, loads, basically adds this. Did I add the submission date? Let me just check. And I can edit, I can literally manipulate the data that's on this form. Then I don't think I added it. Let me just add this. Let me just say submission date 10/9. Then saving this, now you would see that I will have the submission date as well here as well. So now I do have the submission date. I just have to format it. I think that's something sort of a bug, but this sort of adds that. There's a bit, and also one thing that's also added is just this visualization as well, which allows you to visualize. And also you have this AI to say, what video do I need to make? Then doing this, they should basically just search the stuff as well to say, oh, you need to, this will sort of keep responding on the data, the blah, 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 focusing on showcasing that, blah, blah, engaging information for the audience, make sure to highlight the key aspects and why it's important to, in a non-technical and easy to understand manner. I hope I am doing that. Then with that, actually having it, it allows you to also import this as well, sort of like form data as well. Okay, let me close something that I worked in on. Also, you can, there's stuff missing. Okay, no, makes sense. I'm just saying that. But yeah, you can also do that as well. But and one other thing that this allows you to do, which I recently just added, is basically mapping the values. Let's say, for example, if for, let's say I'm just gonna add a new field. Let me add a new field here and call it let's say category basically. Then with this, I should be able to see the category field popping up here soon. But it will pop up when I'm not in edit mode. Yeah, it actually is popping up. Then now let me just say new to make sure that I'm able. So category field is here. And if let's say I need to have sort of an autocomplete thing as well to the application, this allows me to do that. So basically what I will do, it's a new thing, so don't mind me thinking. So I'm just gonna close the suggestions one, then go to the auto, then I'm just gonna close that, then go to this and go to data, probably add that thing here and say YouTube plan suggest, not YouTube plan, YouTube video category .ts as well. So I'm trying to make the application a bit more data driven as well. So I would also say export, is it? Let me just put this. This is relatively very new, so I might need to store some of the stuff. I'm just gonna store this. Okay, then I would basically just do this, export, then this, then now here what I'm going to do, I'll call it video category suggestion. This is getting a bit more technical, sorry about that. Suggestion. Then now what I also need is the property name for this, or the service name, basically, not the property name. but the service name, is this correct? Yes, exactly. The service name for this. And then what I need to do is basically, let me just take this and say, call this YouTube video category. So now if I take this and bring it here and say, oh, this is the thing that I want, then the data for this is going to be a list as well, to say, okay, I have this, to say ID, computer ID, and say 1, and say basically the name, and say fun video, for example. My computer is giving it. Then now with this ID, and I say 2, and I say name, say car video. Then now if I go to this as well, I'm just going to, I have this that exists, yes. Then now if I go to the index page, just to also expose it, because I sort of just want means of one seeing that this is what's here and this is what's here. So let's say video YouTube. I import this as well, then save, then going back to the application, open up. I should be able to see all these suggestions as well, to say, okay, I'm suggesting this, oh, I'm suggesting this, oh, I'm suggesting this. And this basically, why is this written like this? This basically goes with the property. So there's fields which are with the whole entire form. Then there's like properties, which are basically digging down into what the video is probably about, to say car video and this stuff. And other stuff include basically if I add an address as well, let me just say if I add an, there's quite a lot more stuff, but that's just basically one of the stuff that I wanted to show. And what I've managed to build with just basically what I showed you is this as well. So I'm trying to also add a bit of a flow to the application as well, to say this as well, to say processes. And if you look at this, it basically allows me to create link processes as well. And they're created almost in a similar manner as shown that, but this is still in progress. But how you would actually find it is you would go to this process flow, then you say car process, then basically this is how the whole entire process is created. I'm not sure if I managed to basically show the critical parts of the application, because I feel like at the end I was just sort of stuck more into the technical stuff, but I hope you do see why this is actually very cool to me, and I enjoy building stuff with it and building it as well. So thank you guys. Cheers. See you on the next video.